All right.
It's more than true. I am not just considering running against Dianne Feinstein for U.S. Senate in the state of California. I am running against Dianne Feinstein for U.S. Senate in the state of California. My paperwork's all been filed. It's been approved by the Senate and FEC. We're going for it. We're going to take this state back, and I'm going to be a voice for Californians right up there on the hill with Mitch McConnell.
Well, listen, there's going to be, I'm stammering a little bit because I was just thinking to myself, now all of a sudden writing 4 books doesn't seem as daunting because now you're taking on something even bigger.
4 books, actually there's 6 books, but we won't talk about that.
Well, there you go, even still. So Erin Cruz doesn't do anything small, that's what we're saying.
We can't. We don't have room to do things small right now. What we have room for is for each one of us to join hands, to unite together as a people across California and across the United States of America and change things up. We have an opportunity to shake our country from its core right now. We have momentum. And I think once people realize what really happened, conservatives, independents, libertarians, and Republicans, once they realize what happened in 2016 and they unite, they're a united front, there's nothing that can stop us. We've just sit by the wayside and not voted, not gotten out there and start talking to people. We're quiet. Oh, don't say that. Somebody might, think something bad. Look, liberals and Democrats go talk about all sorts of liberal and horrific things. I'm not going to go into them, but they talk all of these different topics outwardly, and they expect us to be quiet, yet we can't talk about conservative values, we can't talk about betterment, less government, less taxes, small business regulations that need, that are oppressing them, that need to be cut and release them to do good work within our communities. I mean, it's high time we take in charge and we make things happen, and we can't do things small. We have to go at it, go big, or go home. California is going to be the next Texas. Thank you.
Oh wow! Okay, you heard it here, guys. So let me say this. So now that we established that you're definitely running, we here on the show know that money and people are what make campaigns work, and we want to make sure that as many people as we can hear about what your ideas are for California. How can people donate to the campaign and get in touch with you? And by the way, folks, before you answer that, Erin, let me just say that this conversation that we're having right now is a perfect example of conservatives connecting through social media. Erin and I haven't met in person, but we've been talking for a little over a year now, I think, just back and forth. It'll be pleasantries and things like that. And now all of a sudden, look at us connecting like this and, from one coast to the other and helping each other out. And you can be a part of this by donating where, Erin?
So what I would like for you to do is check out my platform first.
Oh, there you go.
And educate yourself. People need to understand what the candidates stand for, what they believe, and back them 100%, no doubts, no reservations. You can find more information about me at voteerincruz.com. That's VOTEERINCRUZ.com. There are links on there to my website, which has my radio show, a lot more information on my background, my positions, my stances about my book, and other items, which may help you decide if I am a candidate that you would like to support and that you would like to back and you would like to get involved with. This is going to take a national effort. Financially, it's going to take a national effort to fight the propaganda campaign of big mainstream media, which wants to see Democrats stay in place and not give Republicans or independents or libertarians a voice. So we want you to get involved on all levels. If you don't live in the state, you can help us on social media. You can talk to your friends. You probably have family who've been in California or live in California. Tell them we aren't lost, that we're fighting, and we're going to stand there right there next to each other and side by side and take this state back.
All right. Well, if she's too humble to say it, I'm going to say it. Give money. Give lots and lots of money. Do it now. VoteErinCruz.com. While we still have a few minutes left on the segment here,
yes.
Dianne Feinstein did not have a good week this past week. With the release of the Glenn Simpson transcript for the Fusion GPS transcript that did nobody any favors. And then she's coming out and saying, well, a bad cold may have thrown me off. Should we really have a state senator who can get thrown off by a bad cold?
Look, this, I'm going to be frank. This is a tactic that's been used by Democrats from years back, from all through the Obama administration. The oops technique, okay? Oops. I had a cold. I didn't feel good. I tripped. I stubbed my toe. I this, I that, or the other. Those types of things do not excuse you to release pre-trial or screen information to the general public. What she did, now I read what you had said, it's not necessarily against the law. She had certain discretion, but I'm going to tell you what she did was by some of her actions, allowed people who were supposed to testify to read and perfect their craft and not perjuring themselves. And she isn't, Dianne Feinstein is not new to this, okay? She's been in office since, I think, 1992 as a sitting U.S. Senator. She's no dummy. She's on intelligence committees. She's on drug committees. She's on homeland security committees. This is a woman who is one of the biggest hitters in our U.S. Senate, and she got a cold and released transcripts. It's not okay. We have to fire Feinstein.
Well, listen, I blow up.
Erin Cruz.
There you go. But you know what? I can sympathize. Every time I've had a cold, I've screwed up a federal investigation myself. So, it happens, right?
Come on. Oops.
Yeah, no. It just doesn't work that way.
It's not okay. What would a judge say to you as an attorney if you did something? It's not okay.
Oh, it's definitely not okay. Some might call that malpractice. Some might call it malfeasance. Some might call it illegal. But we'll just, we'll call it all three, and we'll say voteerincruz.com. Go to the website. By the way, folks, check out Erin on Twitter at Real Erin Cruz. You can find her on Facebook. You go to my Facebook. She's my friend. You can take a look there. And also erincruz.com to find out more about Revolution America, which is a great book. I highly recommend you get it. It's available on Amazon and where finer books are sold. Erin, this has been fun. We have to do it again sometime once your campaign's off and running, okay?
Thank you. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you interviewing me and sharing all of this with your listeners. And if any of your listeners have outreach and they would like to showcase me on their shows or whatever platforms they have, I'm willing to talk with them as well. We have to unite together for the nation and for California.
All right. Erin Cruz, thanks so much for coming on the show. We'll talk to you real soon.
Thank you.
Hey folks, I just want to let you know about a great opportunity for listeners of Behind Enemy Lines Radio. If you go to our website, www.behindenemylinesradio.us, and click on the SaneBox ad on the right side of the page, you will get a great opportunity for a discounted offer to join SaneBox. SaneBox filters out all the unimportant email from your inbox so that you can really focus on what matters. If you're anything like me, folks, you get hundreds of pieces of email a day, not many of which is important. SaneBox's smart filter will get everything you need to fly through your inbox and finally make email work for you. It gets rid of spam emails, it deprioritizes emails that aren't as important to you, and it helps you unsubscribe from mailing lists and individual senders with ease. So again, go to www.behindenemylinesradio.us and you click on the SaneBox ad and you'll be given an exclusive offer you won't find anywhere else. Gene and Russ, back behind enemy lines. I want to thank Erin Cruz for coming on the show talking about her book, which I want everybody to pick up at Amazon, and of course her run for Senate in the United Socialist Republic of California. I think that name's going to stick for me, Russ. Check out voteerincruz.com for more information about that. Russ, you're in the military. Something happened in Hawaii this past week, and I want to know, should I have been aware of it? Because I didn't know about it until it was over. This whole false alarm of a ballistic missile launch towards the United States. What's the deal with that?
Gene, I love that this happened, and hear me out because I know you think I'm going to sound crazy.
Well, I mean, Russ the warmonger. Here we go.
I am so happy that this happened. Hawaii is a solidly left state. Solid. Tiny, but solid. They live under the fear of annihilation, basically, from North Korea right now. And with this false alarm that went off, Gene, if you look at the videos they've been playing on TV, it sent Hawaiians, who are Americans, by the way, scurrying to sewers, basements, bomb shelters. It was truly embarrassing. Now, the same people that were running like rats for cover are the very same people that support left-leaning Democratic politicians that refuse to take a hardline stance against the North Korean regime, terrorist rogue regime, that Donald Trump is standing up to. President Trump is standing up to that regime and doing the right thing. And he gets hit hard from the media and the left. I just felt good, Gene, to see them hiding in sewer systems because of a false alarm of an incoming ballistic missile. It warmed my heart.
They didn't do the old air raid drill when you go into your desk and you huddle up, or you're in the hallway sitting down and basically kissing your butt goodbye and all that. They didn't do that.
No, I guess they didn't. I guess that this false alarm got put out over everyone's cell phone.
Man, we're out of practice.
Has the ability to crack into your cell phone now, and it went out. But if that's how they want to live, then listen, God bless them.
I don't want to practice. We're so out of practice here in this country. Remember those drills? We used to do them all the time. Like hiding under your desk is going to stop the nuclear explosion coming toward you.
Yeah, I mean, the only way to stop a nuclear explosion really is to kill the MFer who is aiming them at you. I mean, that's the only way to stop them.
I love what you called him off air. What was it? Kim Jong mentally ill?
Kim Jong mentally ill. I mean, the guy is insane. He's being fed information from his own generals who are scared because his generals think that, if you tell the guy the truth, he'll kill you. And that is true. So what do they tell him since he was a baby? The United States can be beaten. Only the North Koreans can beat him. Our military is powerful. So this fool probably believes this. And he's never going to stop. You got to take him out. Well, he's now talking, Gene. He wants to get into the Olympics, doesn't he? He wants to send one of his figure skaters. Once again,
and who did the South Korean government give credit to for bringing them to the table?
Correct. Who did they? I'm curious. It was Dick Durbin? Was it Dick Durbin? Was it Nancy Pelosi?
No. Try again.
Who was the basketball player that went down here once?
Dennis Rodman? No.
Was it Dennis Rodman? No.
No. And by the way, side note, Dennis Rodman picked up this week for DUI, shockingly. But no, it was not him. Try again.
He was busy. He was in jail. He couldn't get down there.
He had a prior engagement.
Yes. It's the greatest diplomat of all times, the most stable genius I know, President Donald Trump.
That would be correct. They gave full credit to President Trump to do that, and that's pretty impressive right there. By the way, let me just get this out of the way, Russ. Thanks for listening to Behind Enemy Lines Radio. I'm Gene, he's Russ. And while you're listening to the show, check us out at www.behindenemylinesradio.us. Check us out on the Facebooks and the Twitters at BEL_radio. And if you missed any part of the show, you can always check us out on one of our rebroadcast outlets, including WJHC Talk 107.5 FM in Jasper, Florida, WDDQ Talk 92.1 FM in Adel, Georgia, and WLBB News Talk 1330 AM in Carrollton, Georgia, all part of the Talk America Radio Network. You can also check us out at KLRN Radio on the Internet, Lone Star Talk Radio and Sackheads Media, ICRN, the Internet's conservative radio network, which powers Talk America Radio, and of course Lanterns Radio, one of the fastest growing networks on the web. Check them out at lanterns.buzz. And if you missed any of the part of the rebroadcasts, grab us as a podcast. We're available on iTunes, Spreaker, Stitcher, Podbay, Player FM, Google Play Music. You can find us on Auto Radio. You can find us on SoundCloud, and of course the mighty iHeartRadio Network. All right, I got all the plugs out of the way, Russ, and almost did it in one breath. So
unbelievable, Gene. Unbelievable.
Yeah. We're doing good. We're doing good as a show.
You got to do cardio. Just get ready to do the plugs.
That's why I'm trying to drop weight right now. You kidding? Exactly right. All right. So listen, the whole thing with Hawaii aside, the news story that I got struck with in the past week. It's fun to talk about Hawaii, and they need to get a little cap over that switch just in case someone flips it again. While that is, something to talk about, and I'm glad we got the Kim Jong mentally ill thing out of the way, I gotta talk about this whole issue of shadow banning that Project Veritas came out with about the Twitters. Because we plug the Twitters all the time. Me and you use it. I know that's your favorite social media platform, right, Russ? The Twitters?
Of course. I love it.
You're on it, but do you know whether or not you are shadow banned?
I'm going to say I'm not important enough to be shadow banned, but once you explain to all this as what it is, it's kind of revealing of what's really going on in Twitter and probably most social media.
Well, apparently, our good friend James O'Keefe, friend of the show, comes on just about once a year to talk with us. He had hidden videos, and on those hidden videos, they infiltrated Twitter, talked to some former and current engineers at Twitter that know the algorithms and the filters that are used and how information is disseminated and all that. And they said a lot of disturbing